Heyo guys, what's good, what's happening, and what's going on? If you're wondering what I'm doing right now, it's currently 3 o'clock. I'm still waiting on work. By that I mean I'm waiting on a server. One major problem with filming with a cell phone is trying to keep that damn lens clean. But yeah, the cat would get out of my way. Jesus, Murphy, she walks like right in front of me and then gets like she instead of taking the side road, like she tries to walk in the center where I'm walking and then blocks me off. Freaking cats, I tell you. Suicidal. I gotta put some shit in the truck. We're okay. At the end of September, I went and did a martial arts thing in Sudbury, and today I'm heading down to Cambridge to do one in the south. Now I'm gonna be filming the drive down because apparently the weather is not good. No bueno. Big time snow squalls, whatever the hell those are. I don't know. I only heard that term since a couple of years ago. Don't know exactly what a snow squall is. Sounds kind of stupid to me. I gotta bring my shoes with me that haven't seen the outdoors, and now they have because I just dropped them. But yeah, this one here is in Cambridge at the Cambridge Conference Center. So I'll be down there until Sunday. Probably saying, well, are you gonna film the drive down with your phone? No, I'm gonna do it with the GoPro because that's the reason why I have GoPros is for stuff like that. And the GoPro did a great job on the video down to blokes when I put it in, sorry, I just filmed the sky there for a minute. When I put it in hyperlapse, so we're gonna do that again. So yeah. Also guys, going forward, I noticed something weird with this phone that I didn't notice with the Samsung S20 is when I'm filming in 60 hertz or 60 frames per second, it causes a mess up. So I decided that we're gonna go back to 30 frames per second instead of 60. I also think I'm filming in 4K right now. I gotta change that. See, in 30 frames a second, I get access to things like HDR, which right now doesn't really affect much because I'm sitting in the dark. And I get access to like other features that 60 frames per second just can't do. And seeing how I'm not really filming any super intense action shots, 30 frames per second is good enough, good stuff. So that's what we're gonna use. So yeah, I'm charging up the GoPro. We're gonna use that. I head out in about 3 hours and 15 minutes, or 3 hours, in about 45 minutes. So let's go finish this shift. Let's head out. Alrighty guys, we're in the truck. It's currently 4:07, so got the GoPro set up. We are gonna bounce. I currently have just a little over a quarter of a tank of gas. I'm gonna try and make it to Gravenhurst and fuel up the truck there. I got my wallet on me, so yeah, we should be fine. Snow squalls all down there, so I'm gonna film it because we might end up rubber side up. We'll see how this goes. It's probably gonna be one frig of a trip. I'm really curious. If I were to mount that on there, oh yeah, that'd be a sweet shot from the front. Okay, cool. Anyway, let's get this road trip on the way. Pitter patter and have at her.
Leaving North Bay early, sun's barely up. Beer in the back, got my coffee in the cup. Hitting Highway 11, wind in my face. On my way south to the martial arts place. Rolling down to Cambridge, yeah, I'm on my way. Hours on the road, but I'll make it today. Got my sticks in the trunk and my focus is tight. Southern Modern Arnis training through the night. The trees blow past and I'm setting my pace. Thinking about technique, my stance and my grace. Every mile I get closer, I feel that drive to sharpen my skills, feel more alive. Rolling down to Cambridge, yeah, I'm on my way. Hours on the road, but I'll make it today. Got my sticks in the trunk and my focus is tight. Southern Modern Arnis training through the night. The trees blur past and I'm setting my pace. Thinking about technique, my stance and my grace. Every mile I get closer, I feel that drive to sharpen my skills, feel more alive.
I'm not gonna lie, that's the most nerve-wracking ride I've ever had in this truck. Holy crap, guys. I can't go above 70 kilometers an hour without the arse end trying to become the front end. These roads are dicked. I should have canceled and not went, but we're already halfway there, so let's live on a prayer and carry on. I need to get some gas. We're at Gravenhurst. Once I fuel up, we'll hit the road again, and slow and steady wins the race.
Rolling down to Cambridge, yeah, I'm on my way. Hours on the road, but I'll make it today. Got my sticks in the trunk and my focus is tight. Southern Modern Arnis training through the night. Counting down exits, feel the adrenaline grow. Can't wait to learn and put on a show. Hotel lights up ahead, yeah, I see the sign. Time to show what's mine. yeah, I'm finally here. Parked my ride and there's no fear. Ready to train, ready to fight. Southern modern artists feel so right. Nothing can shut the open road for the love of the art. The skills to unload. Sticks in hand and I'm feeling so free. Southern Arnis Camp is where I'll be. Right through the night.
Alrighty guys, as you saw, we're parked. I just got checked in, room's on the 4th floor. Gonna go for the walk of shame back to the truck, grab my gear, head her up. Oh yeah, and hit stop on the GoPro because I didn't do that either, so. Oh man, what a drive down. That was brutal. And I gotta do it again on Sunday going back, but at least it'll be daytime. Because I plan on leaving at noon, and I should hit that area and it should still be bright out. That was playing a major factor in the drive, was the darkness. All right, I'm gonna grab my shit. Talk to you guys in a bit. Peace. Wow, this place is way more fancier than the last place I had. Pretty sakes, got like a big old mirror here. Got a map of the world, microwave, another shitty Keurig that I gotta figure out how it works. Couple coffee pods up top, I'm thinking. I don't know what the heck that is. That's weird. Unless I was supposed to bring my own coffee, I don't know. Nope, those are coffee. They're espressos. Neat. What else? My bed where I'll be sleeping tonight. Closet to put my jacket in. Cool. I just threw my martial arts stuff there. And the shitter. I already had to use it. Not the poop, just the pee. Basic shitter. Pretty decent. Okay, I saw the boys downstairs in the restaurant, so I'm heading down there. So I'll talk to you guys now. Got YouTube working on the TV, so that's cool. But yeah, pretty sweet. I went down, the guys already done eating, and the restaurant closed at 10. And I got here and it was like 9:30, so I wasn't about to get any food. I don't see my truck from here, so that's upsetting. Apparently there's a Walmart over here somewhere. I don't know where. But yeah, a pretty good view. So luckily I ate a bunch of food before I left today, so that's good. Because I'm not getting any food tonight. Tomorrow I'll have breakfast. I'll go down to that restaurant, get some bacon and eggs or something, and then have at her. But I'm probably going to, Jesus Murphy, let me just pause this. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to film anything there. I'm going to try, like last time. I wasn't sure if I could, but then I just did and it sort of worked, so nobody complained. I'm going to try to film, and hopefully I can. But otherwise, this video is literally just me coming down here in a hotel room and then driving back, and that's kind of boring. You know, I kind of wanted to film some stuff. But we'll see what we get into and do that for a video. Anyway guys, I'm gonna watch some YouTubes, lay down, and probably catch some shut-eye, because I'm freaking cooked. Alrighty guys, it is Saturday morning. I just went down and grabbed myself a coffee and some breakfast. As you can see behind me, she drifted a little bit of snow, not a big deal. And time to get ready because we start class in in an hour. So I'm gonna get my gear on and figure out where the heck we're training, because there's 2 conference rooms open downstairs and they both got like tables and shit in them. So unless we're doing tablecloth pulls first, I don't know. We'll figure this out. Alrighty guys, gearing up. This is where we're training today. We got the pillars in the way, but it's gonna be fun. Maybe we can strike them. Who knows? Oh, and this is my coach. Yeah. Coach Chris. Should be a good day.
It's just, we don't want this to be a one-off. Another one, he swings at me. I evade, I hit, just like before. Okay? And then we're gonna do these 3. So you're just gonna go back and forth on this. Third one, he swings here. I block the shot and I come up after the block. So that's what we're doing right now. Evade, or block, or hit, block, or hit, evade, and block. So first one, you just standing there. I don't wait. I hit them. 1, 2, 3, pop and do out the combination. 2, he swings at me, I move back, I hit, and do the combination. And then the third one, I'm gonna block and do the combination. Okay, and it can be any kind, I can do the unbraced, I can do the braced, I can do the dos manos. I might not do that first strike, because I'm here, so like if I, swing, double action, so if I do the dos manos, I would go directly and I would skip the first movement. You might put an extra movement, because depending on where you are, you might not be in a position to do it. This is all about the forehand strike today, right now. You'd work your way through all the strikes. So let's just do those 3. Hit the person, which we're already doing in the air. Then evade the shot and hit the person, and then block the shot and hit the person with the arm. Back to the hurts, pop, 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 I'll back him down. So a lot of times when I would feed here like this, let him do his thing, and I would back up so he can do his thing. The professor always say, why are you backing up, Tim? Because the person in front of him isn't backing up. A lot of times, and it's like, well, I gotta think about my partner's safety. If I hit them too hard, they cannot hold the stick, they will not wanna be my partner, and I'm going to train with. So the most important person at the moment is the person standing in front of me. Right up the J. That's right. No. So a lot of times the feeds I've started doing the last few years is I would feed here like this. You do butt check on my leg, bang, and I start moving back. So because really what you should be doing is driving forward, forcing me back. Because when you go slow motion, it goes 1, 2, 3, bang, he hits me, bang, I start moving back. For him to be able to hit all these extra strikes, he's got to chase me down. Okay, so the proper way to do this would be wearing the stick fighting armor, which is cost prohibitive. A helmet alone could be like $100, $150. Then there's the body protection, which is another $100 for just a stupid little smock. And then there's all the extra stuff, and so that's a lot of times why we wear padded sticks. And then we use the word control. That's a big one right there. So when Jason swings at me, I go block, check, counter for this position. He starts moving back. I'm gonna start moving at him, coming up here and doing all this other stuff, right? But we're gonna, like I said, we're adding to the mix. So the fourth one, he swings at me, block, check, counter. Okay, can't do that first. I did the first shot to get me in this position. So, well, now that I'm here, I jump up here. Nice and simple. So now you got 4. 2 out. Nice. Let's go. If he does the forehand, okay, so when I do police, if it's above the armpits, I pass high when I hit, okay? If it goes below the armpits, I pass low, okay? So if I do the high one, I come in here like this, I hit, there's my abanico or my rada. If it goes to the body, I go here like this, hit, come through, and I still got the same thing. You could always, what James and I were talking about is, you could possibly go into here and just skip the first abanico and jump ahead. I mean, you gotta figure out what's you. There's the system, and then there's style. System is the methodology, style is your swagger, how you express yourself. So we want everyone to have their own style. But we all have the same martial system, our methodology. Okay, because we're not the same person. So, usually you buy you buy a suit, and then you tailor it to you. So we want to be somewhere in the middle. So we know we don't buy something too small so we're gonna lose weight, fit ourselves into it. We would never do that. The women do that. I can say that now because they're not here. We wouldn't say that. Note to self, don't say, no man, don't say stuff like this in front of women. Ixnay on the weight.
You'll be a lot happier about
Come here like this, pass, I swing, pop, pop, pop.
Watch one come out of the drums.
Okay. Swing comes into here, bang. Now I'd also do this, I'll just show you the last 2. Comes swing number 1, there's the cruzada, which is very hard. And the last one is the largo mano. I hit his arm while he hits me. 7 ways to get into one technique. It's like six separations of Kevin Bacon, but with abanicos. Our whole system needs to be that way. What are we gonna do? X. How do we get there? 1, 2, 3, or 4. That's what we want to look at. So this exercise is not about doing the arm, it's about how we can get to that reference point. So 1, I hit him. 2, I evade and hit him. 3, I block and hit him. Oh, that's the next level, block that counter and hit him. 4, Ali's, or 5, Ali's. 6, the Cruzada. 7, almost the same, the largo model destruction. We don't have 12 disarms. We do, we have a bunch of disarms. Actually, if you look at the disarms, there are 12. A couple of them repeated, because what it is we have one response, and we try to do all angles. All right, so you play with this for an extra minute or two, and then we'll switch up for an exercise.
Right? So who you're working for is the biggest piece. Your operating theater and the threat environment is the next biggest piece, right? So I'm going to go through the continuum of forces. I learned it for our military and infantry. That doesn't fly if you're OPP. Very, very, very different, right? If I'm conducting a raid and I'm giving you instructions in Afghanistan, and if it's nighttime, there's no way I'm shooting this guy, right? I'm not using pain compliance techniques. So if I talk about the use of force, I don't want to mess up the whiteboard, just because of a little bit of talking here. Canadian Forces, we use a matrix. OPP, it's a radial diagram where things kind of slide and overlap a little bit. In the Canadian Forces, if I give you a lawful command because you're doing something that you shouldn't be, or let's say, for instance, hey, maybe I'm going to be a bouncer in some shitty part of the world where I get to really mess people up, for instance, right? If I give you a lawful command saying, hey, Bob's done, you're causing a problem, man, why don't we get you a cab home? I give you a verbal command if you're being compliant. That's as far as I need to go. If I tell you to do something like, hey, bud, fuck off, and he fucks off, I can't shoot him, right? That floats, that makes sense. Then we get into, okay, well, what if he starts resisting? So in the continuum of force that I know, we have 2 different types of resistance that could be present. One is passive resistance. Most of us probably have had children here at some point in our lives, when the kid just goes limp and says, fuck it, no. That's passive resistance, right? If you're, oh my gosh, protesters, you want to see me press my buttons, protesters, sitting at the front of the road, someone grabbing, like that's passive resistance. When someone is being passively resistant and we have the authority to do so, we go hands-on, right? I'm gonna grab you, I'm gonna fucking chuck you out of here. That's the idea with that. Active resistance is when I go and get my hands on you and you start, keywords here, pulling away from me, trying to run, or ripping my hands off of you. That's active resistance. That's the realm of pain compliance. So what is pain compliance? That's just simply using pain to get him to submit. And then caveat, because I do have like one kind of drill I want to finish everything with, don't turn it into a goddamn wrestling match, because if you're wrestling with a soldier that's detaining you, you're getting butt stroked, right? Pain compliance techniques for OPP, there is an overlap. Hey, if they are ASP certified, they can hit you in the extremities. Those are green zones for pain compliance. So is the goddamn stun gun. So if you're going to give that hard of a time, don't give your partner too hard of a time. For a lot of us, this might not be real, but if it is real, what's my fight drill, right? If I'm detaining him, there's someone with a gun pointing at him. If he gives me a hard time, I call fight, I go high, you go low. There's 2 of us just simply tackling him and beating the shit out of him to get his hands behind his back. So that's what I mean by continuum of force. If he's hitting me, I should be fucking dumbing him back. I'm not going to use high fail rate technique. Like if he hits me, it's off, right? I'm going to hit him. If he's going to use, and the keyword here is grievous bodily harm, I know that's a very big word, grievous bodily harm, because that really depends on circumstances. Again, theater, what's the threat environment? Who are you working for? He's got a baseball bat, right? Oh shit, kablam! That might make sense if I believe he has the intent and the means to cause grievous bodily harm. Now in this nice little structured thing, I have to, if I'm the responsible one, I have to be trying to de-escalate at all times. Right, I have to. We can't go to guns because even in the military, there's a whole separate steps. Once for that grievous bodily harm before I could just shoot the guy. Sometimes, right? It really depends on what my rules are. What are my rules of engagement? And again, that's based on the threat environment and what my role and profession is. So that was a whole shit ton of talking of use of force. I'm going to be teaching joint locks, or 3 of them, or I'm going to get him to help with 3 of them. And then I'll put a flow together at the end. And then we're gonna try to pull from that continuum, because if you are working in a security function, which you might not be, that's cool, let's need to know how it works. We need to know how to navigate, oh shit, he's doing this, what should I be doing, right? What's excessive force, and what can I get away with, because I don't want to get Allah Akbar blown up by Timmy the Taliban, right? Well, that's the reality, right? You don't want to get stabbed if you're the cop. Like, these are the jobs where this stuff takes place. So, joint locks is pain compliance. Who wants to do sacrifice fingers? Kevin, I beat you up all the time. Yeah, I'm going to see you. So, when we're talking about joint locks, I like teaching joint locks to start with the fingers. I'm just going to talk about a few principles about how they work. Joint locks for pain compliance, there's a real important thing here. If I break the joint, I just caused him grievous bodily harm. I'm using a pain compliance tactic. That means he's passively resisting. Right, or actively, sorry, he's actively resisting. Right? If I got a hold of him and he's pulling away, I can't take out a knife and go blah blah, just like I can't take his fingers and decide to fucking rip them off. I'm gonna get shit, that's excessive force. Floats, make sense? So we don't want to actually damage the joint if we're using this as a pain compliance technique. So we're gonna grab two fingers, because two's fairly hard to break. And the first thing I'm gonna talk about is a fulcrum and lever, because that's how all joint locks, throws, and all that stuff, they typically work. If you play the small circle jiu-jitsu guys, two-way action, right? Two-way action is what they would call it. So we're gonna grab two fingers. I have 2 points of contact that I'm really gonna worry about. I know I'm holding his hand kind of weird right now. You can go ahead and just like hammer that shit. But I wanna highlight the 2 points of contact. Furthest away from his body and closest. Fulcrum, lever, leverage. If I push the lever out this way, if I pull the fulcrum in, I get more gas. So that's all we're gonna do. Grab 2 fingers, tap when it hurts, and just simply go, oh shit. Just for a couple of minutes so we get comfortable with this, and then we'll add 1 principle at a time. I'm only adding 4, and there's no hard rule on what these are called, at least not by taxon. Joint lock for pain compliance. Next one, here, we're gonna high five, just that's a fun entry, right? There, yeah, I got 3 fingers, that's cool. So, fulcrum lever, keep it in close. Third one is adding the base. I've seen some of you already do it this way. There's a couple of different ways we could add a base. I could use myself, I could use a wall to crush this in on, I could use the goddamn floor, throw my weight on that. We can add a base, right? Well, the reality is the floor and tables and walls I've used a lot, right? Like they're there. So add a base. I don't care what you're doing. The idea is, okay, if I'm pushing with this, why don't I have shit pushing in the opposite direction to squeeze it? That's all we're doing with the base. Yeah, sorry, dude. So, yeah, hurt your partner a little bit more, and we'll add the last one to this. Disengage from this shit real quick. Oh wait, he's hitting me. All right, fuck you, good night, right? So, yeah, I'll steal camera for this last one, why not? So high five, what do we got? Fulcrum lever. Doesn't matter necessarily how we grip things, as long as we're paying attention to the fulcrum and the lever. Which way does the joint extend? Push it past that pack point position, right? Past all the juicy stuff is all in the tight because it's at its max range. So fulcrum, lever, find that, spin it.
So what about, yes, actually. So now, we're all at once, just gonna warm up. I know everybody's is 1, 2, 3, 4. You notice that chambering, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So eye across, we'll go bounce back. Eye across, go bounce back. The drills develop, there's specific, okay, techniques based on that pattern itself. We're going to break the pattern a little bit, because that's the whole aspect. Once you get comfortable with the pattern, you start stitching things together, like Jason did earlier, or I call breaking the drill. Taking things out of context and how can you apply something in the drill. But if I'm sitting there doing this, and he's doing good, and I'm doing this, now, can he grab my stick really easily? Okay, so we're looking to do that in that type of setting when somebody isn't really swinging good, or if somebody's actually swinging properly. So we're going to look at that context. So I want everybody to warm up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can start moving around if you want. Not worry about the specific footwork. Head, you notice we're always maintaining a certain distance. So we reach out, we're kind of actually, even if he actually moved a little bit, but we should be in that kind of handling. So all I want to start warming up, and then we're going to get it take it this way. Okay, right in that position, or just let go for a sec. Or what if he grabs the stick in this position? We're going to do singles only. So we're gonna start off with this reference point only. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab pad of the thumb, okay, turn it, and pull it across. That's what we're gonna be doing. 1, 2, and then your partner is actually gonna hold their stick. I'm gonna build this into the drill. This is what I want. 1, 2, 3. 1, grab the pad of the thumb, mobilize it. I'm doing this, hold it there, push through, and kick. This way. This is our basic cane releases. 1 and 2. Okay, it's a simple principle. This I have used when a guy, probably a head taller than Kevin, and outweighing me by 50 pounds with a club, was hitting me really hard. I didn't like it. Okay, okay, I use this technique. Okay, so this is actually very applicable, so it's out here. Because what's gonna happen is Chris is gonna hit me, he's either gonna hit me in the head, or he's going to start wailing on my leg and start banging. This is what we're gonna go off that reference point. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Good? Let's go. Number 2, he's gonna go 1, 2, see he grabs my stick and hits my leg. All right. So now, guess what? The appropriate term for getting hit in the leg, it sucks. Okay, that's the technical term. So now, when you get hit, bang. Oh. Talked about those checks earlier. So remember, 1. So now, I go 1. Now, 2, 3, okay? And then we're gonna put it back into the drill. Normally I wouldn't run away because, okay, we're talking about the situation that I usually kind of have been able to do this is in a live setting where that non-compliance, but I want you to take it in the drill. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. See, you notice? I drop down and I've just hit it. Now, I stop him, but what is he gonna do again? He's gonna hit me again, he's gonna hit me again, he's gonna hit me again till I do something about it. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. So back into the drill, just like we had done earlier. Okay, Chris grabs, I went like this, and we did 1. Then I said 1, okay, he grabs my stick. Then the last piece is 1, grab stick, boom. I block. 2, 3. Okay, so we'll do one more time over here. So we're just adding each piece. 1, 2, 3. Don't bend over, bend your knees within your range, hit. And again, I am reaching, but I'm not pausing. I'm pausing for teaching purposes right now, but it would be 1, 2. Right? So as soon as I 1, 2, 3. See? And that's actually what I'm doing. But for the drill, I want you to finish off with that backhand. Keep the drill going. Good?
Yep.
Let's go. 8 different ways to defend against 1. Your brain's not going to compute. It's going to sit there and try to calculate, and by then you usually get punched in the face. Okay? So now, I know a couple people, we're just going to work on singles. Everybody else has done solo baston tappy tappy. They've done the butting. All right. So we're going to do Jeremy. Okay? So we're in that butting. So now, if we go off those reference points, so what did we do? We did this. Boom. He did the release. He gave me the backhand. And we went into the butting. So now, reference point, we already did this. Boom. Okay, right? Because we get pre-programmed all the time to sit there. Because remember so watch, biggest thing is, I go to grab, and he goes to release. Thank you. Okay, so I can hit him from different aspects. So we also have to worry about what's going on. So all of a sudden, I see, bang. See, his hand came up. But now he's got that reference point, he's going to do 2-hand release. So now when we're doing the butting, see, boom, see, I pull the hand, I grab that stick, tap him in the leg, grab, there we go. So try adding that into the mix for those that actually were doing the butting. Go ahead.
This is Ed Cave, and I come from a very heavy jiu-jitsu background. I was cross-training Dragon jiu-jitsu, Japanese jiu-jitsu, but I was also a Brazilian top team at the same time. I was doing that to add to my record. So, he put his stick in my hand, the rest was just road trip after road trip.
Thank our tattoo artist, right?
Right? Yeah, we also have the same pet. Now, a lot of things, am I allowed to touch you without consent?
No.
Can I just come up and just even just be like, no? Okay? Biggest thing with that, and when,
Very different.
very different, is that if there's no consent, then you can react. It's as simple as that. How you react, the level of force is outlined by Greg over here. As you see, as multi-tiers. This is just so that like, it's more of that passive context, but not. Okay? It's like I like to speed on the line a bit. Okay? As long as there's a mobile phone pointed at you, all right. So we were talking earlier, a lot of guys are gonna come up, you know, hockey counts or Canadian bread. First thing we're gonna do is grab and we're just gonna start hitting. Okay? So he's gonna grab. That's the first thing. And that's when the consent is gone. Okay? So, basic grabs. Now, these are always live hands. First thing you need to understand is that this is just a staging. Okay? He's just setting the foundation for a little push-pull action, and that's his throttle. Okay? So, pushing his face. I like to do this, it's called a skull crusher. I'll push, and I'll take away his eyes just for a second. And I'll bounce, okay? At which point we're gonna follow down into this here. And I like to keep it really, really tight, okay? So I get that outside lock, fulcrum lever. It doesn't feel good, but I'm finished there. At which point I'll step through and hit, okay? Just some base stuff. I'm just here. Okay, don't look at me. Okay? I'm gonna bring this down. I step through and I hit. Okay? So again, from here. Boom. Just into that. There's a brief distraction. Okay? Down, I just slide it down my body. Because I don't want to do this. I don't want to create any circles that are not in contact. I want to take him from here, sliding him down into here, stepping in. Okay? Fine. Something basic. Something we're used to. But the biggest thing is getting this out of the way. Okay? Just redirect for a second. Back. Slide this down the body. Bring in and hitting with that hammer. Okay?
Oh, hey guys, how's it going? It's Sunday morning. It's not snowing right now, but they're calling for snow, and I gotta drive home today. Got a little bit of training, but then I gotta drive home. And this might be brutal because you remember on the way down how at a certain segment I couldn't see anything because of the snow? Turns out on the way back that segment of road is closed. I don't know how the hell I'm getting home today. So this is gonna be interesting. This is the reason why I don't like traveling in the winter, because of this exact reason. Highways being closed and snowstorms, and normally I just stay home during the winter for that reason and don't go anywhere. So this has given me reminiscence of Christmas 2008 when I came down here to pick up the ex from Guelph, which isn't as far down as I am now. It's a little bit closer, but not really. And driving back, instead of taking the regular 4 hours, it took me nearly 10. So yeah, and it's not like I can stay down here and wait it out, because Gravenhurst is expecting to get dumped on for the next week. And I got to get back home because I got to work tomorrow. So I guess 4x4 and taking her slow is better than doing nothing and going no. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't think next year I'm going to come to this camp because of those reasons. You got to experience things, right? I need a shower. I'm going to go for some breakfast. And if you're wondering why I didn't film last night, it's because, in case you can't tell by the look of my eyes, we got into it. We we went for dinner, went to Montana's, and then I kind of got into the beers, and then the mead, and I was given a bottle of mead to bring home with me. So, yeah, have some mead to drink at home. Should be good. Anyway, guys, I'm jumping in the shower. I need to get cleaned up and ready for our last day of training, and then it's gonna be a brutal drive home. Alrighty guys, we got like 2 more hours of training. I'm checking out right now. I'm gonna go throw some of my shit in the truck. Looks pretty good out there today, but there's still closures. GPS is gonna be rerouting me on my drive home, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm gonna check out. I don't know if I'm gonna film any of the training today. I was talking with Coach yesterday and he's like, you probably shouldn't include a lot of it. You can put some stuff in, but you know, see if you can use it to grow the interest in the art, because Modern Arnis is not a common martial art. A lot of people prefer like BJJ or, you know, Muay Thai kickboxing, and Modern Arnis is not exactly a well-known martial art, and that's the reason why I want to make the video, so you guys see what this is all about. And then if you find a school in your area or somebody training it, you might want to jump on board and check it out, because it is by far my favorite. You do everything. Unarmed weapon training. It's probably the best martial art to be used in a street fight scenario or in the zombie apocalypse. I'm just saying. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna check out and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Peace. Alrighty guys, it's currently 20 to 1 and it's time to head her home. I should be home by 5, but probably not. Anyway, I'm gonna film the trip back and I'll talk to you guys when I get home, unless something happens. Let's hope for uneventful. Even though drama equals ratings, let's hope for uneventful.
Leaving Cambridge with a heavy heart. Memories of training linger on. The sweat and bruises, the pain and joy of the days that I have known. Driving back to North Bay with a smile on my face. I'll never forget this journey or the friends that I embrace. The road runs through the countryside as the sun begins to set. I think about the future and all the challenges ahead. Driving back to North Bay with a smile on my face. I'll never forget this journey or the friends that I embrace. The road winds through the countryside as the sun begins to set. I think about the future and all the challenges ahead. Driving back to North Bay with a smile on my face. I'll never forget this journey or the friends that I embrace. I'll carry the lessons I've learned with me all the way, and I'll use them to help me on my martial arts journey. Driving back to North Bay with a smile on my face. I'll never forget this journey or the friends that I embrace. So long, Cambridge, I'll see you again soon. But for now, I'm heading home to my family and friends.
And we are finally home. Thank God. Non-eventful drive because I took a different route. I guess Google Maps realized that road closure was real and rerouted me down Highway 400 to the 124. So we went through Perry Sound a little bit and a little bit different, but it was good. Will I do that again next year? Probably not. Like Coach said, if we do it next year, he wants to try and get more people from the class to come. And that way there we can have more of us there representing North Bay. And if that's the case, he might drive and we can just all carpool with him. But like this year, what happened was he went to Sudbury and picked up the Sudbury crew and drove down. So that's why I drove myself, because he went early in the morning too. Like he went at like noon to Sudbury, pick everybody up, left there at about 1-ish and got into the hotel at around 6 because of the weather. Me, however, you saw what I went through going down. I couldn't come that same way back because there was a road closure in Gravenhurst because they're still snowed in and apparently still without power, so that sucks. That city always gets dominated with snow because it's the lake effect snow. But we're home now and I'm glad because I am freaking cooked. I'm tired. It's only 5:30, even though watching the video probably looks like it's freaking 10 o'clock at night because of how dark it got so fast. But anyway, get this bottle of mead out of my bag. Chuck this in the fridge. We'll let it get cold. Yeah, I like it better cold. Doesn't really matter if you drink it warm or cold. Last night I drank a bottle of it warm. Oh, it was bad last night. Like friggin'. After we were done, we went for dinner at Montana's. I didn't bother filming any of the dinner or anything because it was just loud copyright music and stuff. So what I did was we went for dinner. Then when we got back, one of the guys, Kevin, he's the one who made the mead. I think I showed before that on the previous Modern Arnis video, I put a little arrow above his head and said, this guy makes fantastic mead. Well, he brought us each 2 bottles, one of the peach, which is the one I just put in the fridge, and the cranberry cinnamon, which I drank last night. And that bottle had to be at least 60 to 70 proof. I was feeling it this morning. Like I was feeling it big time. Like my head is still pounding. That drive was not fun. And then of course we're doing training and we're learning. And that's one thing I love about these seminars, these camps, is every Tuesday in the studio here in town, we do sticks, like weapon training. Whether it be sticks, knife, tomahawk, whatever. We do that. Thursdays is panantukan, Filipino dirty boxing, if you will. So we didn't really do much panantukan. We did some trapping hands. We did some other, like some finger locks, because the one guy there, he trains the OPP and he also trains military or bouncers and that. So he trains all those people. So he decided to show us the finger locks, like when people don't comply and you need them to comply. Sometimes you got to apply a little bit of pain to get that compliance out of it. You know, non-comply, gonna make you comply. So, and then we learned some wrist locks and stuff like that. But we didn't really do a lot of punching or kicking, which is upsetting because I bought these brand new RDX focus mitts and tie pads that I really wanted to test out. Never got to do that. Oh well, it is what it is, right? Anyway, guys, I'm going to shut this down here because, like I said, I'm freaking cooked. I want to go to bed. It's 5:30. All I ate today was breakfast. It was buffet breakfast. I had, like, freaking eggs, Canadian bacon, slices of ham, some sausages, sausage patties, just meat, and more meat. I'm not really that hungry. I'm just really exhausted because on Friday night, I didn't get to sleep. There was a party in the room next door to me. Holy crap, they had their music pinned all night. And last night, well, we were the party. We were the ones security kept coming to bug because we were being loud and obnoxious. So I'm super tired. Tomorrow's work. It's a work day and it's an in-office work day. So kind of sort of got to do what I got to do to get into the office. I also got to text mom and let her know that I'm here so she can stop having a panic attack, because I'm assuming she's probably having one, because she asked me how the drive was on Friday and I'm like, great, until I hit Gravenhurst and lost control of the truck 2 times and then had to put her in 4x4. And did you guys see, I don't even know, I haven't looked at the footage yet of the GoPro, but there was a truck that blew by me on the highway. Like I was doing like 70 because I was under the influence that in a Ford F-150 with 4x4, you weren't supposed to go over 80 kilometers an hour in 4x4 because it's bad for the, not the differential, the, I don't know, transfer case, I guess. Turns out, like Chutch, I was chatting with Chutch about that and he goes, no, he's like, you can pretty much do whatever speed you want in 4x4. He goes, but if you're able to drive 110 kilometers an hour with 4x4, then chances are you either A, don't need it, or B, you're freaking insane. And that's exactly what the website said too. So I could have went a little quicker. I could have brought her up to 80 kilometers an hour. But I was friggin' nervous because number one, I couldn't see anything because it's dark out. The snow's flying at me in massive clusters and my lights are just lighting them up. So I couldn't see like 30 meters in front of my car. And two, I couldn't tell where the freaking road was because it was untreated. So like half the time I'm like running over the damn freaking rumble strips. Yeah, they work with snow covered on them. Who would have knew? And then the other half of the time, I'm like in between two lanes. So when somebody, so I kept my head on a swivel and kept checking my rearview mirror. And when I saw somebody coming up the pass, I'd move over as much as possible to give them room. Well, that one truck blew by me, and then later on down the road, I saw him kind of off into the ditch, and I'm like, I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping, because if I stop, chances are I probably won't be able to get started again. But yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Stressful drive. Fun time at the hotel though, but stressful drive to get there and back. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, like button, questions, comments, concerns down below to go on. Until next time, guys, live it to win it. Peace the frig out. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.